Hello, and a warm welcome to our webinar with the title Dealing with the Daily Flood of Tasks – Methods for Effective Task Planning. As you know, meetings, incoming mails, project deadlines, and many other daily tasks require good task management to stay organized, perform well, and maintain personal well-being. To handle the daily flood of tasks, prioritization is necessary. Various methods of task planning can facilitate prioritization. As studies show, task planning or planned behavior, like I set my short-term goals or I plan my daily work activities, has a direct positive influence on job performance. And beside that, it has a mediated positive influence on job performance and job satisfaction. The mediator of this effect is the perceived control of time. Higher perceived control over time is also associated with reduced work stress. This planned behavior I showed you on the last slide, which brings positive effects, must be actively regulated and requires high cognitive resources. But not every behavior is planned. To relieve these resources, habits and routines can help. Routine behaviors such as reading emails at the beginning of the workday, regular meetings, or scheduled tasks, for example, going to the post office after lunch, relieve the brain. These processes run mostly automatically and do not need to be planned and prioritized. Beside this planned behavior and the habits, emotions also influence which activities we perform during our working day. For example, if we feel high pressure or the task comes from an urgent request from a colleague, we are likely to consider this when prioritizing tasks. This emotional component also go along with a high arousal and a high cognitive resources needed. Let's now look at various methods for task planning and prioritization. The first method, which includes both a logical and an emotional component, is the Eisenhower matrix. The Eisenhower matrix consists of two axes. The urgency is shown on one axis and the importance or value of the task on the other. These criteria are used to distinguish between four types of tasks, which we will look at in more detail. The first category, these are the A tasks, tasks that are urgent and important. These tasks should be prioritized. They cannot be postponed and should be done today. The second category are the tasks that are important but not urgent. These tasks are important for the long-term goal achievement and personal development. They should be prioritized when A tasks have been completed. The third category are the tasks that are urgent but not important. These tasks should be completed efficiently and with little time effort. Routines, as we heard on the slide before, can help here to invest little cognitive resources on these tasks. And the last category are the tasks that are time wasters and should be minimized or avoided wherever possible. Automation can maybe be a solution for these tasks. So you see in this model, value goes before urgency. In the following slide, I will introduce another method to you, and this method is called the 60-40 rule. And it functions as follows. First step, write down all tasks for the day in a list. Prioritize each task from 1, high priority, to 3, low priority. Sort the list in descending order of priority afterwards. Now, estimate the duration in minutes for each task. Sum up the estimated working time. And now this is the important section of the method. Schedule only 60% of your working time and keep 40% free for unexpected tasks. So when you now have other tasks which would be more than 60% of your working time, then remove the remaining tasks or write them on the list of the next day. With this method, you will have a realistic task list for the day, which has the chance to be completed at the end of the day. Also, when you will be interrupted by different unexpected occasions during the day. I have an example how the 60-40 rule can look like. This is the task list of a research assistant. The person who made this list here listed, prioritized, and summed up his tasks for the day. According to the 60-40 rule, the person should only commit to the first 5 tasks and plan for only 285 minutes of the 480-minute workday. If they have few interruptions that day, they might be able, or if he has few interruptions that day, he might be able to complete more tasks. On a day with interruptions, he might be satisfied at the end of the day because he accomplished the realistically planned workload. The next method is called the $25,000 method. I will give you a short summary of the steps. The first step is to write down all tasks for the next day in a list. So this is the difference to the method, the 60-40 rule. Here you write down the tasks for the next day, not the current day. The second step is prioritize the tasks in descending order, 1, 2, 3, and then call it a day. In the next morning, you start the working day with the highest priority tasks without thinking about it. So you take the highest priority task that's on the top of your list. After completing this highest priority task, you check your priorities of the other tasks on the list, because these can change due to new tasks, dropped tasks, or new insights. Add new tasks on the list if necessary. Then continue with a new most important task. The process is repeated until the list is completed or you have finished your working day. So here you have the same example as on the slide before. Again, our research assistant, the same tasks, but in a slightly other order. And here the research assistant would start with making the appointments with the students. And after this, first on the day before, as the highest priority task, signed task, he will re-evaluate his list and continue with the new high priority task. The third method I want to introduce you is the time blocking method. This is a method for your schedule, and it derives from the fact that the most important resource for completing your own tasks is time. Due to many meetings, there is often little time to work through prioritized tasks. A question to you: how much free time do you have in your work, in your weekly schedule? Often we don't have so much free slots. But we can create more freedom by entering daily focus times in our calendar. Start on the first day with free time slots. Then keep the focus times wherever possible. Maybe this will become a good habit. So as you imagine, you remember what we said about habits earlier. The good thing is you retain control and can release the focus times if necessary. But you should only do this in exceptional cases. So these were some really small methods you may find helpful, and you can maybe include in your working day. But I want you to also remember that task planning is not everything. So don't forget also to take care of yourselves. Schedule a lunch break to recharge your energy reserves. Make sure you take little breaks during the working day. Maybe you can get up and stretch, get some fresh air, or make yourself a tea or coffee. Don't forget to drink. Stay hydrated. It helps to stay focused. It's also okay to say no and decline a task when your to-do list is already too full. Pay attention to maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Let your team know if your workload is too high. And work is never truly finished. We just eventually stop. So thank you very much for your attention to this short webinar with some spotlights to different methods for task planning and prioritization. I hope you had fun and you got some inspiration for your personal working day. Goodbye.